Our next conversation is going to be out of this world. That's right, we're talking about space with Rick Ambrose from Lockheed Martin Space. Rick, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
So you and I were just talking about space, and it's such a huge part of the global economy, yet it's not something that your everyday person thinks about. So walk us through why space is so important to us here on Earth.
That's a great question. Space is a true global business and industry. If you estimate the size of the space market, it's probably just under 400 billion, and with most of that being applied here to Earth. Our climate we monitor, the weather systems, the lives we save. Space systems we calculated in the U.S. alone last year saved 422 people through search and rescue and things. But monitoring those weather, warning you, all that comes from space.
Rich, I believe yesterday, China came out and said they will launch 60 spacecraft into orbit this year, a record for them. Do you think we're at risk, the U.S. is at risk, of losing the next space race?
Yeah. I like to put it in different framing. It's not a space race, but for space to be viable, it has to be a vibrant marketplace like any other industry. So we want many people in space, many countries. There's 75 spacefaring nations today. And as we move forward, supply chains, competitors, for it to be vibrant, we have to have that level of competition. Because we go to space, we want to stay this time.
When you hear China come out with that type of news, do you think that poses a security risk for the U.S.?
Well, there's always going to be, space clearly provides national security capability to many countries, and it's there. Now, they're counting all their satellites, 60, and frankly, they were, in 19, launched more satellites than U.S. and Europe and Russia. So that's ongoing. They have a very vibrant program, but I think it's good. We have plenty of technology, great industry base in the U.S. and Europe and abroad, and I'm not worried about it. Let's go make a great space economy.
You know, it really feels like just in the last couple of years, it's like the excitement's been re-energized when you think about space. It's just something that's now more and more discussed. When you think about the future, what are the ambitions? I mean, what's the moonshot, if you will?
Well, exactly that. The big ambition is a moonshot with NASA's directive for us to put the first woman and a man back on the moon by 2024. That is not an easy task. That is a big challenge. But we have the capability. We have to go fast, but we're going to have to reuse a lot of our systems that we have today. And so we, in construction today, we have the Orion capsule, be part of the Artemis mission. And it's global. We're teamed with, NASA has a European Space Agency doing the service module. That'll go up. You probably saw us, we're teamed with Blue Origin as the lead to do the lander, to go down. 4 companies involved with that, Northrop Grumman and Draper. So if you're not excited by space right now, nothing's going to excite you.
Can you give us an update? You mentioned Orion. Is that still slated for a manned aircraft by 2022?
Yes. Right now, we don't have a firm date for the launch. It'll be either the end of 20 or early 21. NASA's looking at that right now, and I think they'll have a date pretty soon.
You know, Richard, too, you have a joint venture with Boeing for services in the space race. Given Boeing's troubles, has that slowed any initiatives regarding that alliance? Are they still moving as fast as they were in the space race?
Yeah, so there's a couple partnerships. One, we were partnered with Boeing. I think you're referring to United Launch Alliance.
Correct.
Yeah, no, that's going. ULA is redesigning their Vulcan rocket as part of the next generation launch vehicle. That's moving. That doesn't affect what's going on there. And then Boeing has a commercial crew working with NASA. That's solo with them. I wasn't sure you're referring to that. But in our industry, we have a lot of checks and balances we have to put in because we only get one shot to do this right. So we have independent, internal, external audits, quality, mission success that we all review with our employees.
Well, go ahead, Judah.
No, I was going to say, real quick, what is the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge?
Yeah.
For the moonshot? Well, I'd say the schedule is probably the biggest challenge, and making sure because our commitment is to see astronauts there safely and home safely to their families, and we're not going to do it if we can't get there safe.
Rick Ambrose, thank you so much for your time.